If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. Scratching my nutsack, dropping rap like rap. I stepped outside of my show and got robbed by one of them thug cats. Hopped on stage and someone yelled out.
Good morning, everybody. Dough Cookie back. Yes, yesterday was a lot. There is a lot of deleted community posts and SA allegations and just basically Foodie just popping off in every direction. She is the general and she has skirmishes all around her. She's fighting with Allah. She's fighting with Allah's wife. She's fighting with FFG. She's fighting with Nada. She's fighting with Didi. She's fighting with the reaction channels. She's fighting in her community post. She's fighting with Missy Moo now. Is all I've got to say about Missy Moo. And she's fighting with Pete. I think they've made up. I think they're cool. But there was a lot happening yesterday. So when I talk about her fighting with on all fronts, I guess we've all in our lifetime experienced that one person who always seems to fight with everybody. Regardless, they'll move towns, they'll move cities, but the drama always follows. They're always falling out with people. And it seems like when they explain it to you, it's like, oh yeah, I can see. Oh, that's terrible that they did that to you. And oh no. They explain it like you can see how it's not their fault. But when you step back and look at the entire picture, it's like, this is the same situation that keeps happening over and over with you. And then you'd think you'd have to look at the common denominator here, the person that's involved in all the fights. But Chantal can't see that consistency because she's on the inside, she's in the middle of it, and we're standing back and we're looking going, yeah, you're the problem. Your actions and your behaviors in response are creating the issue. It's how you react and respond to those people that you have disagreements with that help either resolve the issue, stop the issue, stop the fight, or continues the argument. Because a lot of the times, if you don't engage with the person, there can't be a fight. When you give the power back to them, like you say, you can try and fight with me, but you'll be screaming into a void because I'm not engaging in this fight. I'm not going to give you energy. I'm not going to give you ammunition. I'm not going to give you my time. I'm not going to give you my words. I'm going to just ignore you. We don't have to fight, but there's just not going to be anything between us. Now, this is how she could handle this with Nada and Didi. Now, this isn't just like a bitchy fight between girls or, men just that don't get along. This is somebody who have done, two people who have done atrocious things to each other. Abuse has been involved, verbal abuse, messages online shown. But the way to ignore them is the same as you would if it was a small problem or a big problem. You just disengage in every avenue. No contact, no watching anything, no response, no digs, no nothing. They literally are vaporized from the face of the earth and you just don't engage with them. It's not like they're just going to run across each other in the street. It's not like they're going to show up accidentally at the same restaurant or at the same party or they're involved in the same group of friends. It is extremely easy for these two to not engage with each other. But they both don't have to agree to disengage. It only takes one party to stop the fight. It takes one person to block. It takes one person to disengage. Foodie could do that, but we know Foodie's not going to because she feeds. The drama and the rage feeds her. She likes to have something to yell about, and that spurs on the anger to the other avenues that she can't control. FFG, the other reaction channels, Allah, his wife. It all stems from one place, the rage that Chantal has inside. And she doesn't want to get rid of that. And I understand why, because I used to be a very angry person, very negative, very angry. When I was much younger, I had a lot of stuff I had to work through. Went to therapy, helped me a lot. The rage is protection. The rage is a way for you to have a wall up, a guard up for everybody and everything. It's a way to stave off a perceived threat by always being engaged and always being in that headspace of ready for a fight. I'm just looking, I'm seeking it out. It's like you've got a radar, you're attuned to any slight, any word, any battle, and you're ready for the fight because no one's going to get you. You're going to get them first before they get you. When you release that anger, you also drop your guard. You don't have that shield anymore, so you feel a lot more vulnerable. This is where you have to trust. You have to trust yourself that when something happens, you are going to respond okay and you will be okay. The world is not out to get you. In fact, the world is actually a safe place. You just have to be smart and vigilant, but you don't have to be on the attack all of the time. Foodie has not learnt this lesson. She can't trust because everywhere she looks, she gets feedback that is criticizing her life. So instead of improving her life or looking at herself or going to a therapist who will actually tell her what her issues are, because we are not experts, reaction channels do not know. We can only suppose or use our own lives and our own experiences to express what we think. An expert will be able to say, you have this, 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 and this. This may help you. Let's try this technique, this coping mechanism. Time out from here, shut this off, try this. These things will help remold you, relax you, reform your thought patterns, and help you exist better, or at least be able to not engage every single fight and be so hyped up and angry and amped up, which then stimulates weird chemicals in your body. It's a whole situation. She needs to speak to someone who can tell her what her issues are and help her figure them out. But until she does that, this is just going to keep perpetuating and she's going to keep finding herself here. Now, reaction channels are not doctors. We aren't experts. We're just stating our opinion, and we're allowed to do that. And if we're mean, we're allowed to do that, as long as we're not breaking terms of service. If we're kind and generous and give her the benefit of the doubt, that's also allowed, as long as it's not against terms of service. However we respond is okay. And if we are nasty and rude, sorry, I was just checking my cat wasn't eating my breakfast, because it's got kimchi in it. That's not good for cats. And how we respond is how our audience responds. If they like our content, fine. If they don't like our content, they won't watch. Nobody has to be a reaction channel in any particular way. We don't have to follow rules of engagement. We have to follow terms of service. We haven't signed an oath, a Hippocratic oath, to take care of the person that we're reacting to. We are not journalists. We're not held by legalities or to identify our sources. We're not even compelled to do research. We can form our thoughts and opinions just on what we see from Foodie Beauty and from our history of watching Foodie Beauty. The deeper we dive is up to us. The deeper we dive can convolute things or it can clarify things. Either way, we're not compelled to do it. Our information is completely up to us how we go about getting it and delivering it. And that's it at the end of the day. And a couple of things that Foodie said yesterday that really jumped out to me is she feels bored and she likes to rage. She feels bored if she's got to rage at least once a day. I know it was just a flippant remark, but it maybe feels like there's a bit of grain of truth to it. She doesn't have any of her other coping mechanisms other than food right now. And I just feel like it's not enough. Because she used to layer up her mechanism. She'd have the weed, she'd have whatever medication she had, and she'd have food, and she'd have the fighting back and forth with Nada. And those things, her life was a little too calm for a while there. She had Salah, she wasn't raging as much. She was very modest, her language had calmed down. But it just seems like in the last 2 weeks, yes, Buddy is back. Everything has amped up and it's gone back to exactly like it was in Canada. Yelling and screaming and fighting. Can't stop thinking about Nada and Dee Dee. Everybody enrages her. The slightest little thing sets her off. So something is definitely up with Foodie. Foodie's just a hair trigger right now. She is just losing her mind. And the fact that she's turned on Missy Moo, I think it's for views, and I think they'll probably make up. I think they'll probably have a little chit chat behind the scenes and they'll work it out. Because, you know, Missy Moo is her pillar. I'm not recommending anybody go to her channel. I am not supporting Missy Moo in any way. I have a history with Missy Moo, and yeah, don't go there. Unless you want to, of course, but I'm not encouraging that at all because she's... And that's all I have to say about that. But I just, yeah, it seems very strange, and the timing's kind of weird, and it seems like a move that Foodie would make just to amp up the drama. Amp it up, amp it up. But she's got a lot going on. No wonder she's so ragey. She doesn't know where to look without being mad. You think she'd look to her husband and be focused on her husband because he's just been through a trauma. The toe is probably very tender, very sore, probably needs a balm or antibiotics or a salve, needs to be kept clean and wrapped up because, you know, nurturing and caring and hygiene is Foodie's forte. We know she knows what she's doing in that realm. But yeah, she seems to be spending a lot of time alone. I haven't seen Harry. Where's Harry the hamster? We want to see his cute little fat face. It's gorgeous. But yeah, so she has thrown out a lot of really low, disgusting insults, particularly towards mothers. Nada's mother. I mean, Nada is crap. We don't know Nada's mum, but, you know, she goes there. She said a couple of things. One, saying that she's probably involved in a group sexual activity, and she didn't say it in such a nice way. She told people that that Nada's mother can go inhale peen in HELL. Yep, she said that. 2 different comments. She's just basically going for everyone's mum, and nobody's going for her mother, as hardcore as that. And there are plenty we could say about Chantal's mother, but we choose not to because we aren't like that. We don't talk about her dad. We're not like that. But Chantal, nothing's off limits. She was talking about FFG's dogs again. Just basically the awfulest crap you can think to say. But I'm sure Foodie's probably sitting at home making notes, thinking of even nastier things to say about all the people in her life except for Sulla. I'm wondering if her mother or her Aunt Bay are watching any of this and sort of sitting back going, oh, she seems to be in a bit of trouble. What can we do to help her? She seems to be spiraling. There's a lot of, she's very upset at the minute. Maybe we can call her and calm her down a little bit and help her out. She seems very distressed. But no, it doesn't seem to be happening. But yeah, so I just also, I don't know, I've never mentioned it and I don't know why. But I sometimes go over, well, quite a lot of the times, go over to Skinny Queen Reacts channel and I panel up with Farida, BBW, Veronica, and we hang out there. So if you enjoy this content and you enjoy me, you could maybe come over there and hang out with us. Because we have little conversations, we talk about other things, we talk about Chantal, sometimes we talk about Amber Lynn, we talk about food, we talk about cooking, we talk about mum stuff, we talk about dad stuff, we just chit chat basically. Basically at the end of the day we never get through a video because there's so much talking and we have a lot of fun in the chat. So if you would like to come over there, I will try to remember if I can to post it up on my community post when I go to Skinny Queens, and go and sub to Skinny Queen as well, because then you'll get the notifications when we're all on there together, and come and chill and hang out. But basically, I just feel like the conversations are getting quite heavy. And I know for me, even watching her via reaction channels, it still wears on me a little bit. I have fun when I'm with the group of girls or when I'm watching it with the other reaction channels and involved in their chats. That's always a good buffer because you can always distract yourself with a conversation with someone else or move off track and then re-engage. But if you find yourself getting really triggered or upset or unnecessarily angry or ragey or just short-tempered with the people around you because it's like an emotional hangover from Chantal, step away, take a breather, have a drink of water, go for a walk, hang out with someone nice, lovely, with great energy, if you can, to counterbalance the negativity that Chantal puts out into the world. Take care of yourself, just like I do. I step away when I need to. But if you have anything that you want to say or let me know, put it in the comments. If you want to like, please do. And if you want to subscribe, I'd love that. I'll see you next time, probably tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye. Buddy says bye too.
Dime si te acuerdas cuando estaba aquí. Purple flowers, escuchando a Ducky T. Siempre en mi mente cuando
나의 팀에 개매하마 수기수처럼 나잖아 We can take it slow Banging on the Despacito club 안에서 처음 봐서 baby 혼자 있어 yeah. 시간 있어 여기 나가 술 좀 마시자 밖에 놀달라면 먹자 아직 집에 가지마 You could tell me anything 요즘 너만 생각해 broken 너무 뭔가 봐 답이 계속 나는 버릇한 들어봐 You and I 늦었지만 better not than never baby alright 밤늦게 험한 맘 말해줘 do or die 문제라면 baby no I got the answers tonight yeah.
Dime si te acuerdas cuando estaba aquí. Purple flowers, escuchando a Takiti. Ey. Siempre en mi mente cuando piense en ti. Hablándome en otro idioma, sí, baby. Ey. 사랑한다고 말해줘. 사랑한다고 말해줘. dímelo lento, baby, más lento. 사랑한다고 말해줘.
Hey, you got me singing 누구도 알아 지금 들어가 너 집에 있잖아 yeah, 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 yeah. 소화하니까 big crush you 알아 너도 좋아하잖아 yeah, yeah, yeah.
Estoy enamorado, siempre estás contigo. Purple flowers, baby, you know what I need. Tus flores, flores morado, flores.